Well, good evening. It's Longhaultanker, straight razor shaving with Longhaultanker, and I am almost home. I'm in the driver's lounge at the home terminal in Houston, Texas. I got in about 6 o'clock. I'm going to lay over on the yard tonight. The date is Wednesday, the 21st of February 2023 at 20:25. That's 8:25 p.m. Central Time. And I've got about 36 hours of growth on my face from the shave that I did yesterday, which was in early afternoon. So I'm going to go over the equipment here in a minute. But I picked up a novelty today, and I want to share it with you, show it to you. And this is really quite something. It's I've already opened it, but you can see up here it says limited edition. It's a union razor, a straight razor. And it does say clearly on the back, made in China. Made in China. And so anyway, but I thought this was so unique, and it was about $20. It's $19 and change. But you know, the union razors, you know, I've been shaving with a union razor my head and sometimes my face, you know, just to test them to see how good they are. But look at this razor. Look at this razor, the ornate scales, which are made out of some sort of metal alloy. They're not thick, they're nice and thin, nice and secure. Look at this razor. Look at this edge. This is a monster edge. And what it's reminiscent of, what it reminds me of, are the, I guess that would be the 18th century, the 1700s, up through the early 1800s. That looks like a razor that George Washington might have shaved with at that time. And so it's just a monster razor. I don't know. That's certainly longer than 3 inches, I'm going to guess. It's got a nice long tang on it here. Now the jimps, I gotta say, it's got jimps on the bottom and on the top. They're a little bit harsh, in my opinion. They look like something you might find on the top side of a marine style K-bar knife that, you know, just rips the guts out. But anyway, those are the jimps. They look very machined. Now it's also, I believe that's a full wedge right there. And so I'm going to have to be careful or learn. That may be there may be a slight concavity in there. I don't know what you think, but feel free to drop a line. But I'm going to work on this when I get home the next few days over the weekend. Probably won't go back out until Monday or Tuesday. But isn't that just a marvelous razor? And I'm going to hone this thing up and get it shaving. We'll see where it goes. But I just thought that was just too unique to let go. It's nice and tight. It's got brass pins in it that are hammered flat quite well, lay flush on the scales. And again, such a ornate set of scales on this thing. Again, of some sort of metal alloy on this. So we'll set that aside. And it is sharp, and it did pop some hairs on my arm. Yeah, it left some telltale signs. I don't know if you can see that, but it will pop hair. But I wouldn't want to shave with it. No, that's just, no. That needs to be a whole lot sharper before it goes on my face. All right, let's go with the introduction of the equipment tonight. Let me put this stuff set aside here. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. All right. For our real razor tonight, this is a Taylor Eyewitness. Let me bring that in close. I love this new camera that can just really get in close and you can make the detail out. It's got some gold on the, what's that say? Taylor Master Barber. Got a little bit of gold that might be a little faded over the years. This is a Taylor Eyewitness. It's got replacement scales on it. That G. Did I use this earlier in the week or maybe on the last run? I think I may have taken it out of order in the rotation, but I'm going to use this tonight, and then the last razor of this 7-day roll-up I'm going to use for my first shave when I get home and be done with that roll-up. And our soap tonight, Island Man Stirling, and the brush is going to be the QED Faux Horn 24 millimeter, exceptionally soft without sacrificing backbone. QED Select Manchurian Badger. Just marvelous, marvelous brush. We'll throw that back down in the water. We've got the jar soaking in some water. I've not had a shower tonight, so I'm going to work the lather all over my face. But isn't that an interesting union razor? I do. I think it's quite interesting. Now, proportionally, I don't know how that would compare to an actual razor from the time of George Washington to Thomas Jefferson, how that would compare in terms of length of blade and width of blade, etc. But from some of the pictures I've seen of those kinds of razors on eBay, it does not appear to be that far off in scale and proportion to those era of razors. All right, let's get the lather going here. So I started the day this morning at Fort Stockton, Texas, and left from there at about 7:30 this morning. Got in here. It's only an 8.5 hour drive. I did have 2 stops en route. One for 30 minutes, maybe a little more, and another one for a roadside stop. A roadside stop for about 15 minutes. It was a nice smooth drive. I say smooth, that is to say clear sailing, without no incident, no backups, no obstacles, just a nice drive today. And after this trip, I tell you, isn't it about time? Got back with all the equipment in one piece. If you're watching me on YouTube, I want to say thank you for joining me. I appreciate all of you who watch and drop a line for me time to time, and then those regulars that hit me up almost every shave video, and I appreciate that very much. So hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment if you so desire. And I've picked up 3 or 4 subscribers over the last couple of days, and I thank you guys. I don't know if you're watching me regular or not, but I hope that you are. One fellow said that he's learning how to shave with a straight razor, and he's enjoying my videos, and I very much appreciate that. And I think it was the same fella that asked me about my head shave. He said, do you find it difficult to shave your head with a straight razor? And of course, never let a Abbott and Costello moment pass you by. There's the old line, the old comedic joke. A tourist couple a husband and wife got into a taxi cab and said, do you know how to get to Carnegie Hall? And the taxi driver turned around and said, practice, practice, practice. That sounds like a Milton Berle joke, don't it? From back in the day. But no, seriously, if you're learning to shave with a straight razor, just stay with it. Keep practicing. Patience and practice. Some people will say 90 days. Some people say, it doesn't matter. For some people, it's a little longer. For some people, it's shorter. And it's like I said in the last video too, some people shave, and I get this, because I went through the same thing, and it's only recently, after 7.5 years, some people shave, some people use, when they shave with a straight razor, they shave not to cut themselves. They're scared to death, but they want to learn, and they're staying with it, and that's fine. And the day will come when you're shaving with a straight razor to enjoy the shave. You're not worried about form, you're not worried about routine, because you've got the moves down so routinely that they just are second nature to you. And now, whether that takes, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, or 7.5 years, it doesn't matter. That day will come when you just, wow, did I just, and it dawned on me here just this week how many shaves I've actually had where I've not actually cut myself. Oh, I'm not talking about little weepers or minor nicks up around the nose. I mean a real slip of the hand where I cut myself, whether it's on the neck or up on the cheek. All right. All right, so we're using the Taylor Eyewitness. And if I remember right, in a little bit, I've commented on this before, and that is, I believe that they discontinued, it was either 1924 or 1934, that they discontinued manufacturing straight razors. And if this razor is that old, it's just amazing and beautiful. And I have another one. I've got 2 Taylor Eyewitnesses. This one, the stamping is still in excellent condition. The gold is okay. The face of the blade is fine. There's nothing wrong. The edge is fabulous, honed on a Coticule. And I got another one that's in mint condition. It's just, wow. And I picked it up for a song on a bid. Angle and pressure. As I became more and more comfortable using the straight razor, I found myself, like on the cheeks here, that I tend to lay the razor just almost flat. Flat, almost flat, and come down as far as I possibly can to the jawline or below. See, that's just fabulous right there. Oh, which makes me, I remind myself, saying the word coticule. Coticles are rated at 6 to 8 K. Yeah, but they hone above their grit rating. They hone above their, so to say that the garnets are 6 to 8 K doesn't say anything about their honing ability and what level of edge that you end up with when you have completed your honing session, whether it's 10,000, 12,000, yeah, you're going to get a good edge. You got a good coticule, and I know there's people that say that I've got two and they're both just fine. One, I haven't used the second one enough to give it a good opinion. But the first one is excellent. The second one is okay from what I remember. I did give myself a haircut tonight using my clippers. And the Belgian blue whetstone, which is the natural backing to the coticule. Now the two that I have don't have natural backings, but I do have a Belgian blue. But I don't use it that much, and I've heard others say that it's a fine finisher, that you can finish on it. A lot of people will rate it as a mid-range stone at about 4,000, and because of the size of the garnet. And I'm not disputing that. The size of the garnet may be equal to the grit that is typically found in a 4,000. But again, I say the garnets have a way of honing a razor above their grit designation. That's why it's always said, and I believe this, it's always said that you do not determine, you cannot rely on what people say about what the grit rating is on a natural stone, because most of the natural stones that I'm familiar with and acquainted with hone far above their grit rating. But you're not supposed to grit rate a natural stone anyway. Now tell me I'm wrong. I'm not trying to attack anybody by the things that I just said. Those are just my own opinion. But sometimes things are said that bring back memories of things that you've read and your own experience. I ought to take, maybe on that new Union razor, I'll get it. We'll see about maybe finishing it off on a Belgian blue. So that's about it. That's not a cut. That's a nick. If it ain't bleeding by the time the shave is done, it didn't count. And lather makes a good coagulant. Just slap some on it and it'll stop bleeding, get sucked up into the lather, and might turn your lather brown, but so after you've hit the like and subscribe button, I failed to mention earlier, go on over to the Shaving Cadre. www.theshavingcadre.com. Excellent group of fellows over there. Very pleasant place to visit and hang out if you're interested in wet shaving, and a whole lot more. They talk as much about other things as they do about wet shaving, which is fun. And then you get involved in some of the group activities that they do, the bingo, which I haven't personally gotten involved with, but the Sunday Zoom calls every other week are just as fun as can be, unless you're sleeping on the job. That was a shot at myself. I fell asleep on Sunday's Zoom call, and some joker took a picture of it. Sometimes when I'm, especially on the bottom of the neck, when I'm coming down on the left side here, sometimes I'll pull it. I'm not exactly going straight, but I'll pull it from toe to heel, and I'm putting just a slight bias on the razor. Okay. I thought about running my brush through that and just spread blood all over, and I thought, nope, I'm gonna dab it off. Very nice. That Island Man is just a wonderful smelling soap. I was saying that the Island Man is a wonderful smelling soap. You could bottle it and drink it as a soda pop. Ha ha! Or an adult beverage. Fine and dandy. So like I said, it's been about 36 hours, a little better than 36 hours since my last shave. It was yesterday afternoon, about 1 o'clock, 1:30. That's kind of like my favorite interval, 36 hours. 24 hours is almost too soon. I will do a 24-hour shave depending upon what my day's activities and plans are. If that's the only time I've got to shave before the next 48 hours, then yeah, I'll do it. And so my next shave after this one, probably, let's see, Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday morning, since I'll be at home and my wife is working at home, I get the weekdays, you know. The weekends are hers, and rightfully so. I had an interruption there a minute ago. I had an alarm go off. I've got a 9 o'clock alarm set for my nighttime meds. Which I will take care of when I go back to the truck. Sleep in the truck tonight, go home tomorrow, be home by noon, I told my wife. In other words, I'm going to sleep in. And I got a couple of things to report to the shop manager on the trailer and the tractor that I want to have looked at and repaired if necessary before I return, which I'll give them Thursday and Friday. And why they don't run the shop 24 hours, 7 days a week, I'll never understand. At this location, we have approximately 250 to 300 drivers. And we have numerous other terminals and satellite terminals. This is the home terminal, the corporate terminal. And not all the terminals have a repair garage at their facility. And so they either have to hire by contract somebody to come in and fix a particular truck with a particular problem, or get it fixed out on the road, or wait until such time as they might be coming through Houston and stop here. Depends upon the severity of the problem too. If you had an air conditioner gone out, and we're driving through Mississippi in the heat, dead of summer, no, you're going to fix it long before I get there. I am not moving the truck till the AC is fixed. Yeah, that's feeling pretty good. And I say that because I've had an AC go out before in the dead of summer in Mississippi. And it is no fun. Hot, humid. I didn't see any blood anymore around the nose, so that must have stopped bleeding. What blood? What blood? I'm going to warm up this water here. This is the second or third time I've been up here since they have finished the remodeling that they've done here in this driver's lounge. And it really is quite nice. Nice countertops, nice tile on the floor, nice paint jobs on the wall. And the fixtures here on the sink, they've replaced the old ones, which is great. And they now have a center stopper on the sink. Yahoo! I don't know, am I supposed to be thrilled that things work the way they're supposed to work? Or should I just expect that things should work the way they're supposed to work? Oh no, you can't expect that. This is one sharp razor. And I've been thinking on this too, and I have thought more than once on this, and that is how critically important the bevel set is on a straight razor. Whether you're using a 500 or whether you're using a 1K or a 2K, or for that matter, even a 4K, that initial setting of the bevel is critically important for the rest of what happens in honing. I hear voices out in the TV room of the driver's lounge. which means we might have a guest. We might have a visitor. I have no idea who it is. There was a fella in here taking a shower when I first got in here. And right behind the wall where I'm standing, the wall you see behind me, that there's showers. There's 2 showers in that section of wall that you see behind me. Opening the mouth to get the corner of the mouth is something that I learned by watching Jared Connerty at the Superior Shave and Maddie Lindholm in Sweden. Both of them open their mouths wide like that to catch the corner. And it's a little daunting at first, but as long as you don't push it too hard, in my experience, yeah, it's a little intimidating at first. Yes, I was getting the underside of my nose right there. I'm turning my razor around so that the toe will face toward the nostril. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's rinse it off and see what we got. I got a little bit more blood tonight than what I prefer having. I prefer having. Like I would prefer to have any. All right. Let's check the sideburns. Always hard to see after I've given myself a haircut. Yeah, that did real nice. All right, we'll call that done. What blood? What blood? Okay, let's wipe off the Taylor Eyewitness. Put it back in this little leather slip. Okay. Head shave. Time for the head shave. Almost don't hardly need one. You know what? I don't. I'm going to let this go until Friday morning. That way I have more up there to see. And let's do a cold water rinse and put the alum on. I bet this thing's going to burn like a son of a gun. It did. Maybe I would be wise to go every 48 hours. I don't know. But yeah, I got a good sting out of that one. All right. We used the Taylor Eyewitness, as you saw. Stirling Soap Company's Island Man. We got the QED Manchurian Badger loaded. We're going to rinse that out. And we use the Ozma Alum Block. Or if you prefer, the Ozma Alum Block. I'll set that over there. And I think that's it. It's just as smooth and tender as you would want. Tender. It's just as smooth as you'd want. I'm going to see what it's going to feel like in about, after I get done with my post-shave cleanup. Stropping in the truck, which is always a fun adventure. All right, so we're done. What blood? We're done. Thank you for staying with me this long, and we'll see you down the road.